Hello everyone, this is part 5 of What If Naruto Fell in Love with Hinata in High School, and I hope you guys enjoy this video and to like, to subscribe, to share, and check out the playlist, to see more comment down below. Now let's start the intro.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
Join my membership, the perks are great. It's in the description. Be sure to like and subscribe, it gives me more motivation. Enjoy. What ride should we go on first? Hinata. Naruto put arm around her shoulder. Hinata began stuttering, W. She looked away from Naruto and covered her face. Oh my god, I'm so nervous I can't even speak properly. Calm down and take a deep breath. Hinata. Naruto faced her. Are you nervous or something? She blushed and nodded her head. Yes, a little. Well, don't be. Just relax, I'll pick the first ride. He looked around the place for an interesting ride. Hey, how about that one? The Chunker. Naruto burst out laughing. Where do they come up with these names? He held his sides. A roller coaster. Hinata looked up at the ride and looked a bit scared. What's the matter, never been on a roller coaster before? Naruto stopped laughing. Hinata shook her head. They look too scary, but I'll have to go on one at some point in my life. It might as well be now, she said, sounding confident. She ran up to where the line began. Cool, all right. He caught up to her and stood beside in line. He looked up ahead. Looks like we're gonna be here for about 20 minutes, so that's plenty of time in case you change your mind. He laughed. Don't worry, I'm going on this ride. Confidence still in her voice. Before they knew it, they were next in line to be seated. Hinata started to worry, her heart going 1,000 miles an hour. I'm scared. What if something happens, like a track falls off or something, or we get stuck while hanging upside down? Naruto saw the worried look on her face. Nothing bad is gonna happen. He held her hand. You two, you're in the front. The guy that worked there told them. He strapped the two in and told them, try not to barf. Okay. Barf. She began to worry again. He was joking, Hinata. Just relax and enjoy the ride. He patted her hand. The ride started off by slowly going up a huge hill. Hinata looked at it in terror. This is going to be a big drop, isn't it? She asked Naruto. You bet it is. Bring it on. He yelled out. When they got to the top, the ride completely stopped. Hinata gulped. Is something the matter? Are we stuck here? She panicked. She looked down at all the people who looked like dots. She then turned to Naruto, who had a wide grin on his face. They're gonna help us, right? As soon as she finished the sentence, their cart went spiraling down. Oh my god, she yelled at the top of her lungs. Naruto couldn't hear her because of the wind blowing past them and his own screaming, all right. Faster, he yelled out with his hands in the air. As soon as the cart got out of the spiral, it went into 3 giant loops, one right after the other. Then went upside down some curves. They rose up another hill going at full speed. Is the ride almost over, Naruto? She yelled at him, hoping he would say yes. I think so. He yelled back, there shouldn't be anything bad after this part. Thank God, she yelled, but she spoke too soon as they went down another spiral twice as long as the first. Naruto, she yelled so loud that it would be impossible not to hear her. Sakura stopped eating her cotton candy and looked around. That's weird. I thought I heard someone call for Naruto. She began bashing her head. Stop thinking about him. Sasuke is the one, for remember. It doesn't matter how cute he is, forget him. She stopped and turned red. Gah. Now I'm calling him cute. The people around her walked away looking at her like she was crazy. How do I stop thinking about him? She sighed and walked off in a random direction, looking down. She lifted her head and saw a familiar person standing in line. Is that Sasuke? His eyes lit up and ran over to him. Naruto helped Hinata get off the cart. Thank you, Naruto, her head spinning. No problem. He looked at her and started to hold back his laughter. What's wrong? Hinata asked. Your hair. He pointed at it, it's a mess. He let the laugh out and held his sides. Hinata's hair was in a frizz. It was sticking up and was all over the place. Oh no. She immediately started to straighten it up with her hands. Is it better? She asked, her face red. Naruto calmed down and wiped away a tear. Yeah, it's great now. So how was your first coaster? He asked as they got out. It was scary, but in a good way. I liked it. She smiled at him. As they left for the next ride area and friends got into line. Neither group noticing each other. Sasuke and Sakura stood in line. Sakura was blabbing about who knows what. Sasuke was pretending to pay attention, but he really couldn't care less about what she was talking about. So then I told Ino to go to hell. Sasuke is gonna go out on a date with me before he ever goes out with a pig like you. And sure enough, here I am on a date with you, Sasuke. She cuddled his arm. When will she realize I'm not paying attention to her? Why does she have so much to say? Next in line, the guy who worked there said as he fixed his cap. About time. Sasuke let out a huge sigh. Now she won't be talking as much. They got into their seats and buckled up. The ride was in the shape of a giant octopus. At the end of each tentacle was a bowl-shaped cart that could 3 people. Sakura finished buckling up. Hey, wait a minute. Sasuke looked at her. What ride is this anyway? You followed me here without even realizing what ride this is. Sorry. She waved her hands in front of her. It's the tilt-a-whirl. Tilt-a-whirl. I can't handle this ride. She began to sweat bullets. Is there a problem? He asked. No problem at all. She forced a laugh. The ride started up and lifted all the tentacles into the air. Then it started spinning the carts around. Gaah! Sakura yelled out as she clung onto Sasuke as if her life depended on it. Let go of me. Sasuke tried to separate them, but her grip was too tight. I think I'm starting to miss the talking now. When the ride ended, Sasuke made a run for it and got out of there. She's too damn annoying. I got to lose her. Wait, Sasuke. Sakura called out to him. Where are you going? She chased after him. Going to the bathroom. Naruto had decided to try to win Hinata a prize, so he went over to a booth with balloons on the wall. Hey Hinata, let me see if I can get you a prize. He slapped down $3 on the counter and the guy gave him 3 darts. That's alright Naruto, you don't have to spend your money. She tried to talk him out of it. I got plenty more where that came from. Remember who's raising me? Jiraiya. Those books are pretty popular, he must have a lot of money. Wait, that means that he isn't dating me for my money. Win was completely wrong about him. She smiled and encouraged Naruto. Pop it. Naruto threw the first dart. Pop. It hit the balloon. Okay, 2 more and I'll win the prize. He threw the next one and it also hit. Go Naruto. Hinata cheered him on. Better start picking what prize you want, Hinata, cause I'm about to. As he threw the last dart, someone bumped into him from behind and made him, causing him to miss. Enraged, Naruto turned around. Who the hell pushed me? He yelled out into the crowd. He saw a figure running away. Get back here. He was about to chase after him when Sakura called them. Oh hey guys, she said. She looked at both of them. Oh, are you guys on a date? She asked, smiling. This question, of course, made Hinata blush. Naruto put his arm around Hinata. Yup, we're going out now. He smiled as Hinata turned even redder. Good going Hinata. You got what you wanted and now I'll forget about this dork. Are you here by yourself? Hinata asked. Nah, I'm here with Sasuke. He has to go to the bathroom but he's running the wrong way. Well, have fun. She waved goodbye and continued chasing Sasuke down. You're going the wrong way. It's back here. She called out. He, I get the feeling that he doesn't want to be with her. Naruto laughed, scratching his cheek. Sasuke has always been like that. All the girls have always liked him but he refuses to go out with any of them. Hinata said. Well, let's go on another ride. If I get you a prize now, we're gonna have to carry it the rest of the night. Naruto walked hand in hand with Hinata. See anything you like? Hinata looked around the place to see if there was a ride that she wouldn't be scared in. She saw a couple walk into the tunnel of love. We could go there. Maybe we could make out, and maybe later. She blushed and smiled as she finished the thought. Why am I thinking such perverted thoughts? Wait, I got it. I made up my mind. She told Naruto and led him to a nearby ride. The Twilight House. She smiled. This ride is supposed to be scary, but it was a joke last year. I can pretend to get scared and hold on to him. Isn't this a horror ride? Naruto asked. Yeah, it is. Is something wrong? She asked. No, I just didn't think that you liked stuff like this. He said. Oh, well, I kind of like rides like this, But only a little. Let's get in line. They stood in line for about 8 minutes. They passed the time by talking about where Hinata had gone on vacation and what she had done. She had gone to an island owned by her father to relax. Alright, yous two by yourselves? The guy asked. Yeah, we are. Naruto answered him. Take a seat and enjoy the ride. He opened the cart and they sat down. I hope this ride isn't too scary. Hinata said innocently. Don't worry, if you get scared you can hold on to me. Naruto said as he pulled Hinata close to him. The cart went through the first door. The room was pitch black and they heard a faint laughter. Prepare to be scared to death. The voice shouted as fake-looking ghost dropped in front of them. Aaaaaah! Naruto screamed. His scream made Hinata scream too and they held each other tightly. Wait, are you scared, Naruto? She asked. Well, no, I just got surprised, that's all. He tried to keep his cool. This ghost looks totally fake. It's just a white sheet. Oh, I can still hold on, right? She asked, her cheeks a bit pink. Yeah, whenever you get scared. Hinata wrapped her arms around his waist and his teeth began to chatter. What's that noise? She asked. TT, that's those skeletons up there. He pointed up ahead. The skeletons were dancing around a fire. Is that supposed to be scary? He laughed. Since when is dancing scary? The fire rose up higher and a flaming skull flew around them, laughing manically. Eep! Hinata yelped as she held him tighter. Naruto's face had gone pale. Don't scream. Don't scream. You're supposed to be brave here. Don't be a chicken. He started to bite his lip to keep from yelling. 100 bats flew at them in the next room as hissing snakes dropped down from the ceiling after that. Hinata was no longer pretending to be scared. She was now terrified. Naruto had to use up all his strength to keep from yelling, but he didn't mind Hinata so close to him. When they got off the ride, Hinata's eyes were wide open. That was way scarier than I thought it would be. Hinata had her hand over her chest. It was nothing like this at all last year. That wasn't so scary. Naruto's face still pale. What next? Well, I'm kind of hungry, why don't we eat something? Hinata suggested. She had started calming down. Sure, they have a pizza stand over there, want that? His face returned to its original color. Sure. She smiled at him. I just noticed. I'm not so nervous around him. I don't look away as much, or at all actually. They walked to the vendor. What kind do you want, Hinata? I'll have a cheese pizza. She reached into pocket to take out the money. We'll have 1 large cheese pizza and 1 large pepperoni, and ham pizza. And to drink, 1 extra large Coke. Hinata stopped. 1 drink. Yeah, I figured that we can share since we're going out now. He told her. Oh yeah. She began panicking in her head again. If we drink out of the same cup, then that will be an indirect kiss. Wait, what am I so scared of? I already kissed him on the lips before, but he doesn't know that. Don't freak out. The man handed Naruto the food and Naruto handed the man $20. Food here is a bit overpriced. He sat down at a bench and handed Hinata her plate. Enjoy. He smiled and then took a bite out of his pizza. Hinata did the same. It's going to be an indirect kiss. Maybe if I'm lucky we can actually kiss tonight. She hoped. 1 more time. Win yelled out as she got out of the coaster. No more please. Eria yelled out. We already went on it 3 times, I wanna check out the other rides too. Yeah, the ride was cool at first but now it's just getting lame. Osa said. Let's check out that haunted house. It's supposed to actually be scary this year. And the line isn't that long. Fine, let's go on that. Win pouted. Last one there has to pay for food. Hita shouted as she got a head start. No fair. The 3 girls shouted as they caught up to her. Osa got there last. Damn, she said out of breath. You should stay in shape like yours truly. Hita gloated. You're right, the line isn't long. Win said. She looked at the exit ramp. And those guys do look pretty scared to me. I hope it's not too scary. I can't handle scary stuff. Eria said. If you do get scared you can hold on to me. Win winked at Eria. You wish. Hita yelled at her. I thought you liked that rich girl. Hey, you gotta have a back. She turned and stared into the line. Well, she doesn't swing that way like you. Osa yelled. Sakura caught up to Sasuke and tackled him to the ground. You were going the wrong way, Sasuke. She said as she lay on top of him. Sasuke raised an eyebrow. Wrong way. He pushed her off. Yeah, the bathrooms were way over there. She pointed to the other side of the area. Just how clueless is this girl? I was running away from her. What do I say now? I know that, but these bathrooms are cleaner than those. He lied, scuffing off dirt from his pants. Oh, I get it. She grabbed his arm again and walked with him. So want to go on another ride? She blinked at him. Hey, look over there. She pointed behind him. Tunnel of love. I wanna go. She dragged him there. Oh god, no. Not there. I can't be alone with this pest. Why the hell did I decide to come here tonight? They climbed into their boats and set off into the tunnel. Isn't this romantic, Sasuke? She asked as she looked at all the tiny heart-shaped lights around them. No, not really. He scoffed. Then there was a loud crash and the boat stopped moving. What was that? Hinata asked, looking around her. Hinata, aren't you going to have a drink? Naruto asked as he shook the half-empty cup in front of her. Hinata finished swallowing the last bit of pizza. Yeah, I just like to drink after I finish eating. She grabbed the cup and took a sip out of it. That was no big deal. Naruto looked at his watch. What time do you have to be home? He asked her. Well, my dad doesn't know I'm on a date, so I can't stay too long. I guess around 10 is good. That means we have enough time for one more ride and then I'll win you a prize. I was hoping we could stay a bit longer though. He stared at her. Yeah, me too. She got up and threw away the paper plate. Why don't we go to the ton? She looked at the tunnel of love. It read, closed due to technical difficulties. Go on what? Naruto asked, standing up too. Never mind. I'm going to the bathroom and then I'll decide. I'll wait here then, Naruto said as he finished his pizza. Hinata came out of the bathroom stall and waddled to the sink. She began washing her hands and then looked into the mirror. What ride should we go on? I really wanted to go on the tunnel. Wonder what happened to it. A bathroom stall opened behind her, and Area walked out. Is that Hinata? She gasped. Hinata saw her reflection in the mirror and also gasped. What are you doing here? She asked. Well, me and my friends decided to come here. There was an awkward silence between them. Are you here on a date with Naruto? She asked, looking down. Well, yes I am. Hinata said. This is really weird, maybe I should just leave. She started to walk out the bathroom. Wait, Area called. Hinata stopped and turned around. I just want to let you know that I'm not mad at you or anything like that. You asked Naruto out before I got a chance to. I just wanted to know if we could be friends. Area asked. Of course. Hinata smiled at her. Well, I have to go now. Before I forget, tell Win that she was wrong about Naruto. He's dating me because he really does like me. She left the restroom. Area stood alone thinking about what Hinata said. I can't go through with this. I got to tell him to call off the plan. I can't break him up. She washed her hands and ran off to her friends. Naruto, we have to go home now, Hinata said as she approached Naruto. How come? My dad just called me and wanted me to come home now. He doesn't want me being out late. She lied. I don't think staying here would be a good idea since they're here. Well, alright. Let me just win you a prize, then we can go, Naruto said. Hinata giggled and agreed. Later that night, Hinata and Naruto were walking home. A few cars were in the streets but no one else was walking. Thanks for the prize, Naruto. Hinata giggled as she cuddled the 2-foot teddy bear in her arms. No problem. I would have won it earlier if Sasuke hadn't bumped into me. He laughed. Hey boss, where were you today? Konohamaru shouted as he ran up behind them. Naruto and Hinata turned around to see Konohamaru standing behind them. He was tired. He bent over to catch his breath. Oh hey Konohamaru, Naruto said, patting his back. Did you forget about my training today? He yelled at Naruto as he made a fist. Wah. Oh crap, I did. My bad. Naruto laughed. Naruto, who is this boy? Hinata asked. My name is Konohamaru, I'm Naruto's pupil. He's been teaching me how to fight this whole week. Wait, who are you? He pointed at Hinata. This is my girlfriend Hinata Hyuga. Hinata blushed when he mentioned her as his girlfriend. Hyuga, Konohamaru asked. Do you have a sister named Hanabi? Hinata nodded and he blushed a little. You know her? Well, yeah, a little. She's in my class but I haven't seen her in a week. He put his hand behind his head. You like her or something? Naruto asked, grinning. Konohamaru's face turned red. I gotta go. Bye. He ran back the way he came from. Hinata giggled again. How come you're teaching him how to fight? Some high school kids were picking on him last week. It was 4 against 1, totally unfair. So I stepped in and beat those guys to a pulp. He said, his fist to his open hand. He thanked me and asked if I could teach him how to fight so he could stand up for himself, so I said sure, why not. You're really strong, Naruto, Hinata said in admiration. So do you own any other private islands? Naruto asked as they walked. Aha, I own 2. My sister owns 1 and my dad owns 6. You must really be rich. Do you go to any of them during the summer? Naruto asked. Sometimes, but not usually. If I do go, it would be just me and my sister. It gets boring pretty quick. Hey, about this summer you invite me, Choji, Shikamaru, Sakura, and a few others. Naruto suggested. I don't know. I really don't want anyone else to know I'm rich. You got to learn to trust some others. It'll be fun, we can hang out there a week or 2. Party, swim, beach volleyball and all sorts of stuff. He tried to convince her. I'll think about it, but I have to make sure they can keep my secret, she said, sounding serious. No problem. Oh, we're here. Naruto and Hinata stood outside her mansion. Well, I guess I'll see you on Monday. Hinata stared into Naruto's blue eyes. And he did the same. Their faces neared each other's. Hinata closed her eyes, as did Naruto's. We're gonna kiss. Hinata, I finished the book. Hanabi popped out of a bush near them. Naruto and Hinata were surprised and fell back. The moment was ruined. Hey Naruto, remember me? Hanabi pointed to herself as she jumped up and down. Hanabi, right, he answered. She ruined it. That's right, you do remember. She laughed. You must like me. What were you doing there? Hinata shouted at her sister. Waiting for that. She crossed her arms. I wanted to tell you that I finished the book 20 minutes ago. You couldn't wait for me to go inside to tell me that. Hinata sounded angry. If I did that, then I wouldn't be able to see Naruto. Duh. She stuck her tongue out. What book is she talking about? He asked curiously. It's this book Hinata really likes. It's called Jaff. Hinata covered her mouth. It's just a romance book. I'm sure you wouldn't like it. She laughed embarrassingly. See you on Monday, Naruto. Hinata escaped her sister's grasp. Before you go, Naruto, she got close to him and held her head high up. Can I have a goodnight kiss? She giggled and closed her eyes. Naruto and Hinata both looked at each other and blushed like crazy. Why do want him to kiss you? Hinata whimpered. Cause he's cute. Now come on please. She looked at Naruto with big flickering eyes. She's using that trick. No one's been able to say no to her when she does that. Hinata thought. Well, alright, but wouldn't you rather have Konohamaru kiss you goodnight? He snickered. Hanabi turned red and covered her cheeks. How do you know him? She yelped. He's my next door neighbor. In fact, we just ran into him a few minutes ago, isn't that right, Hinata? He looked at her and she nodded. Forget the kiss, good night. She ran inside her house, not looking back. Hinata and Naruto stood there laughing at her. Well, good night, Naruto. She leaned over to him and kissed him on the cheek. She then walked inside her house. Not exactly the kiss I wanted, but at least I kissed him. Good night, he called back. She kissed me this time. I liked it. He headed back home whistling merrily. Eria explained to her friends that she didn't want to go through with the plan anymore. She would feel bad if they caused them to break up. Are you sure about this, Eria? Hita asked. Yes, I am, Eria said. Well, alright, you are the one that likes him after all. Well, I think it's time for snacks. Osa, come pay up. Osa slumped her head as she took out money from her pocket. Fine, how much you need? Eria smiled as she walked with the others to the food carts. I'll get a snow cone. Win smiled. Win, Osa whispered to her. I know you're still planning to break him up. What? No, I'm not, she yelled. Quit pretending. Better not go through with it. Hita will get pissed off if you do. And you know what she's like when we's mad. Just forget about her and go after someone else. Someone single. Osa gave her a cold look. Okay, I won't try anything, for now anyways. At all. Fine, fun crusher. she said as she licked her snow cone. That will be all for this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment down below for more videos. Goodbye.